Amazing in spring how quick the feeder steers learn that if you open a gate and call them, how to go through that gate. We're at about day 5 of the rotational grazing, and they're just rocket scientists when it comes to finding a hole in the pen there. So luckily, this is our next to last calf, and right now I'm just patiently waiting. She's starting to push in earnest. The water hasn't quite broke yet, but it'll probably break real quick like, because she's already pushed out a fair amount of the sack, and so kind of playing a waiting game on. Well, we have success. There is another overmarked bull, and things didn't get hurt too bad. So I need to get away from here and let her get all mothered up to her calf. Leave them alone so they can go about their bonding sequence. So I'm back in the truck, and little baby boy is trying to stand for the first time there, and mother sure is attentive and licking on him, so things are about as good as they can be. That's the nice thing about having a pen for heifers like that. You know, even if she wanted to try and ignore the calf in a pen that small, she can't really get away from him. But I have been lucky in my maternal lines, and I can't say as I've ever had a cow not claim her calf. Baby boy got a little taste of milk, and oh, easy mama. It's always funny watching calves find the teats for the first time and watching a heifer dance. But nature takes over, and he's working at it. Beautiful, good girl. This is our bull, Scrubby. He is our heifer bull, and he's built like a brick house. He's normally not very friendly at all. I don't know why it is in spring when you lock the bulls off from the cows. You know, we lock the bulls off starting in February, and so from February to May he's kind of in detention hall here. But you know, the rest of the year he won't hardly look at you. But when you lock him in the pen all by himself, suddenly he becomes your long lost friend. And so can't get mad at Scrubby. He did a good job last year on the heifers, and didn't lose any calves. So we're probably going to run him on all of the cows this year. So I'm out here by myself getting the heifers out of the feedlot here and putting them with the bull. And it's Claire's first full day after graduating, and so I wonder at what time she's going to roll out of the house. So to make sure that this is a fair comparison, at 8 o'clock I told her we had cow work to do, and only said it one time, didn't grump, and made sure she was awake and heard me. And yeah, she does have a replacement heifer to go out with a bull here, but luckily I was able to accomplish all that myself. Are you being camera shy, Dolly? Are you biting? Are you being a grumpy old girl today? Yeah, you're kind of grumpy, aren't you? Are you gonna bite me today? Good morning, Claire. You know what time it is? 10? 10? Well, better late than never.
Hi, birdie.
What do you think, Dolly? Yeah, so the heifers are with the bull. And it has started sprinkling. What do you got there? Crisis message. Well, it's a beautiful evening, and there's Scrubby, and there's our feedlot surprise, and there's a couple of the little heifers that are running with Scrubby. In another week, you know, we will let him out with the herd of mature cows, but you know, we do start out by putting him with the heifers first, and that seems to work pretty good. Anyway, I think he was trying to be friendly with 42 today, so that was a good sign. Anyway, finally got a nice little rain, and boy, things are really greening up finally. Okay guys, it's another rainy day in spring, and dang, catch the swallow up on the line there. So first I'll tell the swallow story. It is spring, the swallows have come back, and I'll put the clip in here I just made about the swallows relocating. We built a little bitty lean-to. And look what we got working on up right there. So beautiful. So the swallows already, the lean-to is about a week old, and the swallows are already claiming it as their property. Which is good, since Deborah we had to remove the nests on the side of her shop because we had to paint that beam finally as part of our spring improvement project. But the swallows are taking it pretty well, and they're looking for a new home. But we had another problem. It's a rainy day, and we had another problem that I decided to deal with today. And so in the picture there, I showed you the two roosters. We had two roosters causing chaos in the chicken house. And since we have some new hens in there, that was not to be allowed. And so those two boys get to go out and play around in the rain outside the chicken pen. But I went to look for my chicken catcher, and I have no chicken catcher. I don't know what happened. So we decided to make a chicken catcher. And this is our chicken catcher. So you can buy these things, you know, and I don't know how much they cost, but we weren't going to buy one. My last chicken catcher was made out of number 9 wire. So we were looking around in our stockpile, and we found this, and it is not galvanized wire, it's just rusty wire, but it is I think it's a hair thicker than number 9 wire, and it's got a real good temper to it. So zoom up here close, Dane, and let's go to the sequence. The first thing I did was I built the thing on the end there. You know, the chicken's leg will go in there like that. The first thing I did was we put the loop on the end so you don't gouge the chickens when you're trying to grab their legs. The second bend we made is this one right here, and we did that by starting the bend and then going on to a 1/2-inch steel pipe with a hammer and rounding it out so it was kind of nice in there. The next bend you make is this bend right here, and that's so you can get their legs started in there good. That first V is the critical one, because that is the one that the chicken feels that hitting their leg and they try and jump or they try and move, but that V narrows down, and if you're pulling back, it catches them. And then the final bend was the handle there. We just improvised a little handle. Boy, that wire was pretty hard to wrap, this high tensile heavy wire. But we made a chicken catcher that worked perfect, and we dealt with our bad roosters and the chaos situation. There goes Red Bull and his merry band of heifers to join the other cow herd. This time of year. And once again, we just opened that gate to join the two. There's one of our older cows coming through first. Things are good. Grass is growing. Look how lush the clover is down here in the river valley. So we'll let them go to work and get friendly.